The guy stood on the rooftop and flung wads of cash like crazy, totally aiming to stir up a frenzy among the crowd below. But he wasn't doing this cause he had a beef with money. Nope, he was covering for John. See, John was pulling off a heist in the building across the street. And as soon as everyone's eyes were glued to Nick, John up on that opposite rooftop sprang into action. First, they coiled the bomb's fuse in a circle, then laid down steel plates as a base, drilled a tiny hole dead center, stuck the bomb in, and finally covered it with a mattress. Once all that was set, it was Nick's time to shine. Everyone thought he was going to jump, but what they didn't know was he was using the screams below to drown out the explosion across the way. And sure enough, the people downstairs had no clue an explosion had just gone off on that opposite rooftop. By then, John had already slipped into the diamond building through the blasted hole. He bent the ventilation fan, squeezed through, punched in the manager's password, and got the elevator to the top floor. Then they used ropes to drop down to the floor with the diamond vault. Next up was getting past the surveillance area, but they prepped hard. They slid across the floor covered in cloth that matched the tiles, blending in. Once they hit a blind spot in the cameras, John pulled out a camera, snapped pics of the surveillance feed, printed them out, and stuck the photos over the lenses. That way, it looked like everything was chill in the vault. Just like that, the two made it to the vault's door. But right when they were about to crawl into the vault through the ventilation shaft, the cops nearby suddenly ID'd Nick. Turned out he was a former cop who'd done time for diamond theft a few years back, and the hotel he was at, owned by the diamond's rightful owner. The police chief realized Nick was probably after the diamonds again and told the diamond building's security captain to head back and check the vault ASAP. With the job about to get busted, John quickly put the vent cover back. To help John escape, Nick had a light bulb moment. He started flinging cash down again, which totally blocked the security guard's path. John used the distraction to slap a tiny camera on the combination lock faster than you can say jackrabbit, then ducked into the ventilation shaft just a second before the security crew showed up. When the security captain got to the vault, he just punched in the code. What he didn't know was the code had been snapped on camera. When the security team went in, all the diamonds were still there. The captain thought the cops were overreacting because the vault was loaded with sensors. He said not even a fly could get in. But he missed one thing. The hallway cameras had been disabled. They thought the plan would roll once security left, but out of nowhere, SWAT showed up, ready to arrest Nick because they said he was a fugitive.